Well, this all looks familiar. Large, impressive, glowing stones. It certainly has all the hallmarks of my people. Although we did not plaster our faces on every spare surface. That is the doing of your gods. It is not enough for them to curse you with their faces. Must they inflict them on stone too? I mean, at this point, it's just tacky. It certainly has that air to it, but I would make a terrible guide. Whatever place this once was, it was destroyed long before your time. We must access the Council of Seven. But let's be careful. Despite appearances, I have survived a lot. I would rather not experience death here. Indeed, so I gathered from your earlier prattling. I also met someone. Oh no, she was a god, by your standards. When I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia. She was one of the 7 lords that served our king. Oh no, they're quite gone. The 7 seem to be all that remains. And they... well, I'm not sure what they are. Not quite gods, but not quite eternals. No, they are something else entirely. Naturally, they acted as any lords would. They bowed to their king and sneered at their lessers. And there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. One can only imagine how much there is now. Oh, what do you want from me? I'm not here to gossip and titter about my lords. If you wish to know what they were like, you need only to look at yourselves. Each of the races were crafted not just in the image of their gods, but in their temperament too. Vrogir was large and strong as his orcs. Zantezza quick and witty as an imp. And Rallic prone to bouts of fighting and boasting, much like every human I've ever encountered. You were crafted as an act of ego, but one can hardly hold that against the creatures. In truth, the lords never troubled themselves with too much imagination. Yes, well, if you are quite finished wasting my time, I believe we have some business to get on with. What would I do? Oh, dear heart, it is not a question of would. It is a question of what will I do. It is only fitting, after all. You worshipped the Eternals as gods. Why not follow one as divine? The Lady Armadia has laid out the plight of the world and begged me to help fix it. It is a grave responsibility, but one that I gladly accept. Yes, and how is that working out, I wonder? Perhaps if your precious Lucian had been a little less mortal, you would still have a divine, and the Voidwoken would not be trying to chew on my bones. Honestly, you turn your back for just a few millennia, and the world goes to stink.
Lucy looks pale and unfocused. She doesn't meet your eyes.
Yes! Oh, no!
Well, this place is, welcoming, isn't it?
Ifan raises an eyebrow and folds his arms, looking every inch the man you'd hate to run into in a dark alley at night.
Of course I'm afraid of things. Heights, the dark, even spiders, truth be told. I just do things anyway. The fear doesn't go away, but my body is used to the rush by now. Keep going long enough and, well, the intensity is how you know you're alive.
Ifan smirks and shakes his head.
I'll spare you the tall tales we usually tell. When a new cub joins up with the lone wolves, we interrogate them. Then, A very complex equation decides their new moniker. I don't remember all the questions, but I remember enough to give you a lone wolf name if you want one. So tell me this, which of these scenes attracts you the most?
Ifan nods and raises his eyebrows, a slight smile brightening his face.
And then, target in sight, what's your preferred execution method? Right.
Ifan scrawls something on a little piece of paper and hands it to you. On the page, in thick black letters, is written Coal Kiss.
Not as pant-wettingly fearsome as Silverclaw, but not bad. Not bad at all. Let's track down my old pack and find out who's behind the contracts to kill Godwoken. Can't hurt to know who wants us dead.
Ifan claps you on the shoulder and beams at you, affection for you plain in his eyes. The doors loom above you, one step closer to the council, one step closer to Divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
Looks like we're at the end of the line. Look, Divinity is an immense responsibility. All that power, it corrupts. I saw what it did to Lucian, a soldier like me. I won't let that happen to anyone else. For their sake, and the sake of Rivellon, I must ascend. You're right. I can trust you. Every step of the way, you've been there for me.
He nods once, decisively.
I'll support you. Let's go.
The Academy. My Academy. This place was home once. Now I'm not sure what home even means. But I know one thing. I may be the last of my line, but the hope for my people lives on through me. I must try to save them. I must ascend. It is the only way to guarantee that my race will never be snuffed out. Thank you, Godwoken. Your trust in me means more than you know.
So, I guess this is it. I can't see two ways about it. I need to be myself again. Finally. I can't risk getting shut out by this demon. It wants to keep me quiet. To rule in place of me. I need to make sure I'm strong enough that it can never seize control again. I won't let it make me silent in my own skin. I need to ascend. I guess that's why you already swore allegiance to one of the others. Come on, I wasn't born yesterday. We've been through a lot together, for better or worse. I don't know if either of us could have made it this far on our own. I won't forget that, no matter what happens. Well, this is it then. I'll be going my own way now. This isn't over yet.
Looks like we're at the end of the look. You're...
He nods once.
I'll support you. Let's go.
The Academy. This place, but I know I must have... Thank you, Godwoken. Your trust in me means more than you know.
So, I guess this is it. I can't see two ways about it. I need to be myself again. Finally. I can't risk getting shut out by this demon. It wants to keep me quiet. I need to... No. I've been through too much now. I have too much skin in the game. My actual skin. I need to be sure of this. I can't risk letting this demon have me, body and soul. We've been through a lot together, for better or worse. I don't know if either of us could have made it this far on our own. I won't forget that, no matter what happens. Well, this is it then. I'll be going my own way now. This isn't over yet. So, I can't see it wants to. I need... No. I've been through too much now. I have too much skin in the game. We've been through a lot together. Well, this is it then. So, I guess this is it. I can't see it wants to. I need... I haven't changed my mind. Like I said before, I need to ascend. I don't stand a chance. I haven't changed my mind, like I said before. Like I said before. Let's do this.
So this is the ancient academy of the Eternals.
I suspect it has seen better days.
A bit like yourself.
The Voidwoken rears its head as you approach, its beady eyes looking past you. You glance over your shoulder and see Fane staring at it, transfixed.
You.
The Voidwoken hisses as Fane approaches. It calls him traitor, but it calls him brother too. Fane's drive to uncover the universe's secret saw the Eternals cast into the Void. His hubris saw his people turned into Voidwoken. But the Voidwoken offers him a chance to redeem himself, to rejoin his people. If he accepts the God King's covenant, all will be forgiven. The Voidwoken claims that the Eternals can return to this world, that Fane can be home again. The skeleton looks back at you.
I'm sorry, brother. I cannot see this land destroyed just so we can rebuild our more imperfect world. I have a new home now.
Very well, traitor. Side with your mortal pets. Share their fate.
A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world. We are not the void, mortal. We are of the world. You are of the void. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us. We were betrayed by the 7 usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the king. They were little more than local barons until Fane the traitor found the veil. In their greed, the 7 tore its fabric. This gave them power. It made them gods. and it let the void into the world, and saw us banished to its clutches. You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return. Do not resist. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was before we were betrayed. Because of that betrayal, you exist. Because of what was stolen from us, you exist. Because of the powers we lost, you exist. We will have them back. But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out. If it can still walk, you shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
Progress is annihilation of one way of life by another. I guess we're progress.
My people. What have they done to you? This cannot stand. You must be restored.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. Folks will do anything to survive. Who could blame them?
An automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps. A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. There's a part missing. The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
A fresh Godwoken ready for induction. Very good. I am here to serve.